Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm chatting with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Thanks, Jim.
Larry, an exciting news release earlier in the week.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best news releases we've had in a long time. And what I mean by that is we've pushed the pilot plant, and we got up to from 64 kilograms to 160 kilograms per day. And what does that tell you? Well, it looks like maybe the 3-ton-a-day plant could turn into a 6-ton-a-day plant at the same cost to build as the 3-ton-a-day plant, which would return the capital a lot sooner. And that's really solid. I mean, that's solid work. We're continuing to do work on that. We might be able to take it up to actually where it's almost commercial testing, and then we can get on with the design and everything else. Now, I know certain people out there are impatient with the progress, but it's all been solid. And as you can see from this last bit of work, that this could, double the size of our proposed plant and reduce the costs of processing. So that's terrific. I mean, if that's not good, I don't know what isn't. Anyway, we're real happy with those results. That takes us on to a new level. And, we're competing out there with all kinds of guys that say they're recycling, but they're almost 100% black mass recycling, creating the black mass. Our contacts in the industry show that there's less and less places to ship that to. And there's a lot of competition. In Europe, there's got to be at least a dozen different black mass producers, and around the world, there's probably 25 to 30. So it's really important that we nail down everything we can about our process, because at the end of the day, where the companies will go to when they're forced to actually do something positive with the spent batteries, and they'll end up at our doorstep. That's what we want. That's why we spent our time and money on this. Now, we're getting closer and closer to where we can start to look at the detailed engineering and design on a pilot plant, but we want to have it, at maximum size before we do that. And I think maybe we could have reached the maximum size now, but maybe not. There's a few things that Cometco want to do that, will also cost us more money, but the fact of the matter is, if we could, go up another 50%, or, even 20 to 50% on the size at the same cost, it's well worth doing. So for those that do their due diligence on the bull boards, we're not exactly sleeping at the wheel, and what we're doing is important. This is a new technology, and believe me, it's a new way of advancing and financing that sort of an aspect. Although we've been talking to groups about financing, and we feel very positive on that note. So whether it's going to be a battery manufacturer or not, I don't know. They're interested in the manufacture of batteries, and who knows where the responsibility for recycling is going to end up. But from my sources, it'll probably end up with the EV car manufacturer. So it's a different kind of a scenario out there. This is not a mining property. This is not something that that we can cookie cutter. This is something that we have to invent every step of the way. And I'm sorry that some people feel impatient with it. If we had moved a lot faster. We'd probably be halfway through a design on a plant that was already obsolete. Not obsolete in the best part of the word, but obsolete on efficiency. And efficiency being lowering the cost and increasing the throughput. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the results. We go on and on and on about recycling, and there's all kinds of people that send me press releases from companies that are going to recycle, and we find out that even the big ones are just burning up some money that they got as grants, and are not really have a process or near having a process. There's companies out there that have been working on recycling for a lot longer than we have, 3 to 4 times as long as we have, and they're still not at the point of excellence that we are. And I just feel and felt all the way along that once our process was proven to work, that we had the I guess you'd call it the golden fleece, and the Midas touch for recycling, and that's I'm still every day, everything that goes on, I'm feeling stronger and stronger in that regard. And I just want to encourage the shareholders that sometimes that you have to ride the tide and wait for results. They're not something you can generate on a computer. These are results that are through hard R&D, and we've certainly progressed the plant from almost monthly. We progress the results from our plant. We have worked with the Tier 1 companies. For anybody that's interested, some of that work will continue. And but are they looking for a solution, or are they looking for a solution for themselves? They're not forthcoming with that. People are not seeing the economic opportunity, except a few, and we're closer to actually getting this thing done with the companies that are not necessarily involved in the battery business. But it's an exciting arena. We've certainly shown our powder, which I have not seen any other company do. And and I hope that we have a heap of powder here at the end of this session. So we just continue on, Jim. We continue on doing what we and Cametco do best, and that is proving up and increasing the value of our patents. And it's all patented. It's not like it's anything different. It's a different methodology of moving ahead, and maybe a change out of some parts and everything else that allows you to increase the volume that goes through and still retain the integrity of the cathode metals. So it's raining here again, and it looks like another weekend of lockdown, and we just hope that I see a lot more people are getting out, a lot less masks around, and maybe we're seeing the end of this thing. And I can't end this conversation without talking about the Dow, which collapsed here a couple of days ago, and looked like it was going to, level out maybe today, but I'm not sure. Wait till the end of the day. But that run-up was long overdue for a correction, and I don't think that's the end of a bull market. I think that's a correction that's healthy for a bull market. And as I said before, the millennials or the Robin Hood group that are muscling the market will be back in play here pretty quickly, and you'll start to see the Dow regain its losses and go to newer highs. So that's my take on the market, and I just wish everybody a fantastic weekend, and I'll get back to work. We've had about 3 or 4 different conference calls this morning. So, the interest is there, and interest in all aspects of what we're doing, and we're talking to some pretty large companies out there. So something will happen soon, but I do believe that something will happen perhaps even this month. Okay, that's it, Jim.
Larry, for people new to American Manganese, what's the company all about? Where can they get more information, and where are you trading?
Well, Jim, the company's all about critical metals now, although we are looking at ways to capitalize on the fact that we do have high-grade gold and cobalt in one of our properties in central BC here, and I'm looking at ways that we can, capitalize on that. That may mean a spin-out to the existing shareholders of a new company. I don't know what the structure will be, but I do know that it's something that's high on my list of things to do. And, the aspect of the markets, certainly gold and cobalt are going to be in vogue. And we're not going to get the glitter off that unless we separate it out. So that's my plan, is to do that. I can't give dates or times or anything. Announcement will be made when that's ready to be done. And we have a website out there where you can get all the information you want on the company and do your due diligence, which it seems like few people do. And we are traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under symbol AMYZF, and we're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can go to our website at AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can contact me or one of the management groups at 778-574-4444, or you can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on June 12th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.